stay here. Now, everybody, what we want you to do is loosen up your arms. Just loosen your arms up like this. Because all you need to do is use your arms to learn the story of Kananaka. Now, how many of you know the story of the Little Mermaid? Yes? The Little Mermaid named Ariel, right? Well, that's a Hans Christian Andersen story. And in that story, Ariel wants to become human and live with her prince on land. But Kananaka is a Hawaiian mermaid. And what she is doing is she is building a home. And the triangle is the symbol of a home. And she's building it under the sea. And she wants her prince to come live with her under the sea. But she can't find him. And she doesn't understand why he won't join her under the sea. You know why, and we know why, but Kananaka doesn't. So, what I want Shantae and Ashley to do, I want you to help lead everybody else by following Julie's arm motions while we learn the dance. Then afterwards we'll put the music on and do it to the music. Alright? So put your hands on your hips, like Julie has hers. Julie is going to do the arm motions as I tell the story, and then we'll do it to the music. Are you all ready? Loosen your arms up again, though. Looks like you're not all right. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Ready? And we're going to tell you all a story, follow along, about under the ocean. In the sea grasses. Now wave your arms over your head. Doesn't that look like the seagrass flowing in the ocean? Lives Kananaka. Kananaka is a mermaid. When you talk about a mermaid or a person, you outline your body. Let's try that first part all over again. Okay? Everybody ready? And we're going to tell you all a story, follow along, about under the ocean. That's it. In the sea grasses. Wave your arms over your head. Lives Kananaka. Outline her body. Let's continue. And she's looking for her prince and reaching out to him. Reach out, just like you're reaching out for somebody. Because she's built him a house. Make a triangle with your hands. Under the sea. A little backward digging motion. Now you do that again, crossing your body. Build a house. Under the sea. Very good. There's one more step we're going to show you. This is a step used in all hulas that use the hands to tell the story. Put your right hand in front of your mouth and extend your left hand out. And pretend you're rolling a pencil between your middle finger and your thumbs. Now swing it around so your other hand is in front of your mouth and you've extended your other hand. Now what's happening is that the dancer is allowing the word aloha to come out to his or her audience. Aloha not only means hello in Hawaiian, but it is also Hawaii's word for love and affection. And so we're all wishing you our best. Well, now you've learned the dance. Let's try it to the music. Are you all ready? Ashley? Shantae? Everybody else? All right, here we go. This is Kananaka. Follow Julie and I'll tell the story in English. Here we go. We're going to tell you all a story. Follow along. About under the ocean. In the sea grasses. Wave your arms. That's it. Lives Kananaka, who is looking for her prince. Reaching out to him. To bring him to that home she's built for them to live in. Under the sea. Build it again. Crossing your body. And the story repeats from the beginning. We're going to tell you all a story about under the ocean. In the sea grasses, wave your arms, that's it. Lives Kananaka, who is still looking for her prince, and still searching and reaching for him, to bring him to their home under the sea. Build it again. And now the aloha step. One hand in front of your mouth, the other extended. Swing it around into the sea grasses, over your head, where lives our Hawaiian mermaid, who still can't find her prince, and hopes that he hasn't forgotten her and their home under the sea. Build it again. And again, the aloha step. Into the sea grasses. Wave your hands over your head. That's it. Lives Kananaka, who hasn't found her prince and is almost giving up hope. Now the dance is ending and the music slows down. There's one step we didn't show you, but it's very easy. Follow Julie. Watch your hands. The waves go out, and the waves return. And when the waves meet, your dance is complete. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Shantae, Ashley, thank you, mahalo. You know how to see again. You guys were good. All right. All right. I'd like to tell you a little bit of the history of the Polynesian people. There are two beliefs, or two theories, as to where Polynesians came from. The oldest one is they came from west of Polynesia, Indonesia and Indochina. And in huge ships, ships that would hold up to 400 people. And without any navigational equipment, they sailed east until they got to the Marquesa Islands. From there, they spread like a ripple on the water to the rest of Polynesia. But a newer theory says that the Polynesians came from over here, Central and South America. And on rafts like Thor Heyerdahl's Kon-Tiki, they sailed till they got to Rapa Nui, Easter Island. And from there, they spread out to the rest of Polynesia. Well, no one knows for certain yet which of those theories, if either, is correct. But on our next musical instrument, we're going to show you, perhaps, some influence from Central America. Now, if you look at these instruments from just the top, they're brightly colored feathers. But underneath those feathers are small gourds with handles attached and pebbles inside. So when you shake them, what do they sound like? Maracas, that's right. Maracas from Mexico and Central America. And if you took the tops off, they would look like them also. But in Hawaiian, they are called uli uli, feather gourds. And what the dancer is showing you here in this dance is how the ancient kings of Hawaii would surf at their favorite surfing spots. Many things have come to us from the Polynesians, and one of them is surfing. And every king of Hawaii had a place where only he was allowed to surf. This is done to my favorite piece of Hawaiian music. This is the Hawaiian war chant, and hula uli uli. Before we leave Hawaii entirely, Julie, would you come here for a minute? We wear different assortment of flowers and leaves and nuts to decorate our costumes. This is the regular lei. Most people have heard of that. But if you go to Hawaii, if you go to the different islands, they will be made out of different flowers, flowers that are common to that particular island. The lei on top of the head is called lei po. Now listen closely, because the one that's on my ankle is called lei po o. So there is a distinction in all of the leis. Thank you. Oh, wait a second, I still need you. And these here are called kukui nuts. At one time, they were very rare in the islands of Hawaii, and they were only worn by the royalty. of Hawaii. Why don't you let people go and look at them? But today, you can find them throughout the world, and so everybody gets to wear them. So if you'd like to go to Hawaii, how many people have been to Hawaii, by the way? Well, those of you who haven't, you should go, because it is a wonderful place. It is actually a greater melting pot of different peoples than the United States mainland. In Hawaii, you will find people from the Philippines, from China, from Japan, from Spain, Portugal, Germany, England, from Singapore, from Australia, from everywhere. And they all have come together to form the peoples of Hawaii. All right, we're going to leave Hawaii now. We're going to travel 5,000 miles south. Now, do you know what happens when you fly or move 5,000 miles to the south in the southern hemisphere? It gets cold. When we go south up here in the north, it gets hotter, doesn't it? But it's the reverse when you're in Polynesia. When you go south, it gets colder. And so, the environment changes. That means that the culture of the people of New Zealand is much different than that of the rest of Polynesia. The people there call themselves Maori, and they call their land Aotearoa, the land of the long white cloud. That's because when they first saw New Zealand, they saw something they had never seen before. They saw huge alpine mountains with snow covering them and a long white cloud hanging over. So when the wife of the captain of the ship first saw the land, she said, Aotearoa, land of the long white cloud. Now, the people have a different culture. Captain Cook visited there in 1793, and he made two observations about the Maori. He said they were the greatest fighters in all of Polynesia, and they were the greatest wood carvers perhaps in the entire world. And here, I have an example of both of those. If you look closely at this, you'll see it's very beautifully carved. The Maori are great wood carvers. But this is a war axe. This had been used in battle between warring Maori chiefs. But today, it's just a ceremonial object. Ah! Wait a minute. I'm sorry. It's just ceremonial. But if you look closely at this, you'll see the beginning of something else. Something that's becoming very popular here in America and throughout the Western world. The beginnings of tattooing. Anyone here have a tattoo? There's a young man who's got one. A couple of them. All right. Well, you know how they were originally applied? Because I think if people had them applied today as they did in ancient times, they wouldn't do it. Today, you use today they use a hot needle. And they just put it in with that needle gun. Prior to that, they used a shark's tooth. And they would carve into the skin of the person to be tattooed. Or they used two sticks like this. One stick, it would have a point on the end, or a dog's tooth. You dip that into ink, and you stuck it into the skin of the person to be tattooed. With the other stick, you did this. That's right, you pounded it right into the skin. If you listen closely, listen to the two sticks hitting against each other. They're going tat, tat, tat. That's where the name tattoo comes from. And people throughout Polynesia are tattooed in different ways. The people of the Marquesa Islands, they have tattoos all over their body, toes to head. The people of Samoa, only the men have them, and they have them mostly from here down to their knees and only on their backside. In New Zealand, the men have them mostly from the waist up, but the ladies are tattooed, and they're tattooed mostly on their face, and especially on their lips. So imagine being tattooed on your lips by two sticks like that. Well, we'd like to take you to Aotearoa now.